Hello. Hi, Dream Girls. I'm gonna wait for a few people to get on, and then I will start to talk. Hold on. Let me pull this. I actually have my sister Shari here in the background. She's out here from Sacramento. I don't know if she doesn't want to be seen.
I don't care.
Hold on a second. Everyone's joining now. We're going to wait just a minute just so everyone joins in before I start talking. Can we go on from here? Show how many, wait till the count gets up a little bit. Hello everyone. So this is the question and answers Insta Live for the Healthy Hair Program. My sister Shari did one last week for you guys, and I understand it was pretty good. You guys got to you guys were able to ask a lot of questions, and she answered a lot of your questions. But I know there were some things that we still had hanging. I also want to talk about the upcoming Salon tour that we have coming up. So that will probably be June, July-ish. And for those of you that have been asking, I know for a fact we're only going to pick 4 cities, and 2 of them are confirmed, and that's going to be New York City or the surrounding area, and also Houston. Now there was Dallas and Houston were kind of like this, so but we decided on Houston. Not sure if later on maybe we'll balance it back and forth, but we had a phone consultation with one of the someone from Houston today. And I guess she didn't know that once we come down and we start the Healthy Hair Program with you, the reason why we're only choosing 4 places is because we plan to come back every 3 months. So I think she thought that, well, she did think that she would be coming to flying to LA every 3 months after the fact. No, we wouldn't come out there and cut off your hair or do anything like that and then turn around and leave you hanging. So that's why we limited the space to only, well, the travel to only 4 places. So if you didn't know that, I see some yays. Good. So what's going to happen after that? We're only going to accept 20 people per location. We may or may not go over. It just depends on whether we can get one of our other stylists to come out. So that's always going to depend. But for sure, it's going to be Shari and myself, along with 2 of our assistants. And what's going to happen is we're going to put out like a soft sign up for some of these places so that we can see the actual number of real people that are actually going to sign up. Because if the number is too low, then we will not be able to come. But so the only reason why we haven't done this before and we've been thinking about it for a while is because we couldn't figure it out. We have a packed house out here in Los Angeles and also Sacramento every single day. So it didn't make sense for us to leave our clients and come and go to these other cities and spend for, hotels, flight, bringing the assistants and all that stuff. It just didn't make sense. So we came up with a travel fee. And the travel fee will range anywhere from $125 to $175 depending on the expenses in that particular city. And that is what you would use to secure your spot. But for most people, that's less than them traveling to Los Angeles and paying for hotel and being off from work or whatever the case may be. So that's how it's going to work. So when we set up the site, I don't know, is she doing like a how's she setting that up?
I'm not for sure, but plan on doing something by tonight.
We'll keep you posted on that.
So the first thing they have to do is do a consultation, and then they'll have to.
So Shari has started some of her phone consultations via phone. FaceTime. FaceTime. Via FaceTime.
And
so
Skype.
She actually did one today. What was the young lady's name that we talked to earlier?
Courtney, I believe.
Courtney?
It's in my phone.
And we were able to, what we want to do in the Skype consultations or the actual FaceTime consultation is just to make sure you're a candidate. I'd say 95% of everyone is a candidate. The only time sometimes we cannot take you on is if it's significant hair loss, meaning the whole middle of your head is gone, or or you have unrealistic expectations based on the density level of your hair. So we like to look at the hair and give people realistic goals. What I do know is normally if you have hair that can grow out of your scalp, we can reach the maximum with that. Meaning, what we do is we'll come in, we'll assess it. Well, on the FaceTime, what we did was we just had her part her head so we can look at the density level to see exactly where we were. Who was that? Who was that talking?
Toya.
Hi, Toya. Can you tell me if there are any?
She said she can't wait for her install.
Let me know if there are any comments coming through, because I can't really see.
She said, will you be in New York? But go ahead and finish.
Yes.
I'll catch it up.
We'll be in New York. So I said that earlier. If not New York City, we're going to end up maybe like surrounding areas, New Jersey. But what we're trying to do right now is trying to make sure we can secure a salon. So if any of you know of any salons that are willing and able to take us in on a Sunday and Monday, make sure you DM us and let us know.
But go back to talk about the growing your hair. You was on that.
So
if you have hair coming out your scalp, then we can take you on as a candidate.
You want to talk, sure?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make sure you stay on course.
You ladies need to come to Atlanta. We will come to Atlanta. There's so many hairstylists in Atlanta, though. I've been getting a lot of requests for Toronto. So maybe look, every place is based on demand. So if the demand is there, we will be right there. So if you want the demand to be there, get some of your friends, your cousins, your sisters, and put everyone together. Like I said, we will be taking 20 and we will come to your city. But there has to be a demand. She says 9 o'clock over here. Where are you? It's East Coast time, so it must be in New York over there.
Okay.
So are there any questions about the Healthy Hair Program? That's what I'm basically here to talk about.
Okay, you already read that. Somebody said, hey girl, the best hairstylist in Los Angeles. I love the Healthy Hair Program. Best investment.
Thank you.
That was from T_NIC. I'm not for sure. 0421. And
don't leave Los Angeles. I will follow. Who is that?
If you come to New York, please consider Westchester County.
So the general price range, it's $375 for if you're leaving hair out, and it's $400 if you put all of your hair in. And takedowns are $65. And then we have two options on the takedowns. There's one where we do a comb out fee, which is $35, or we can do $65 for the full takedown. In order to be part of the Healthy Hair Program, you must come in for your takedowns. And I've had a lot of my clients experience breakage or hair coming out. And I don't know if any of you are on here, but some of you know, you've come to me, you've taken your hair down, and we've had to cut your hair. So it's not that we want to take your hair down, because our assistants would love not to have to do that. But in order for us to have the success rate that we have to be able to take your hair down and make sure that we're, one, growing the hair, and two, it's not falling off on the ends. So the whole goal, we shouldn't have to keep trimming your ends every single time you come to the salon every 3 months if we're doing what we're supposed to do properly. So that's somebody said,
is that?
And it's not $375 per month. It's $375 every 3 months. The initial cost is going to be $375 if you do not have a takedown. That's if you're leaving hair out. The initial cost is going to be $400 and if you're putting all your hair in, if you don't have a takedown. When you come back, or we come back in 3 months, then that $65 is added to the $400 or the $375. If do you relax?
Wait, no. I'm gonna.
Out. There's a lot of questions here.
We're gonna follow up, but I want you to go ahead and finish. Don't worry about the comments. I'll read them to you.
Okay, so so when you come back, so that's what the investment is. And actually, most of my, I'd say 90% of my clients, I do not see them but every 3 months, even if they live here in Los Angeles. So the whole purpose of the protective style is to make sure that I keep all the control. And this is what I tell all my clients. If I do what I need to do with your hair and send you off on your merry little way, and you come back to me in 3 months, there's no guarantee that the hair is going to be doing what I expect it to do. So in order for us to stay on target, that's the reason for the protection, the protective style. So we also have wig braid up protective styles also. So you don't have to actually go into a weave. If you wear wigs, then what we do is we do what we need to do. We'll braid your hair up, see you in 3 months. Mm-hmm. And that's an option for a lot of people because I know wigs are like a big thing now. The difference between doing a wig and a weave is a wig gives you more versatility when it comes to your hairstyles. Some people like to switch up a lot. They like to change colors. They just like to do a lot with their hair, and having that in for 3 months is it kind of keeps them confined. Because when we do the weaves, if you leave minimal hair out, we leave the least amount of hair out necessary to do what we need to do. So if you come to me and you think you're gonna have some part down the middle, be able to part on the side, be able to pull it up in a high ponytail, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you that's not part of the Healthy Hair Program, because everything that's braided is what I have control over, and that's what's gonna grow. Anything that's not braided is under your control. I give you instructions, and if normally people come back fine. If you don't, we adjust things. But I do give you all the information that you need.
Somebody asked, how often do you take down the protective styles? And I want you to go back and talk about, it's not that I know you said it before, but it's not that we want to take the hair down, but when you see weaves, when you see people who've been wearing weaves for a very long time and they said, oh, I've been wearing weaves for 4 or 5 years, my hair is long, but it's see-through, that's because they've been getting the wrong takedown. Okay, so that's very, very, very important. Making sure that we do your takedown.
That's part of it. That's maybe that's like a third of it. Mm-hmm. That's not everything. So if you follow the simple instructions, and I mean they are simple, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. The Healthy Hair Program started based on things that we've been doing forever. I have been growing people's hair out, and we just decided to put it into a system. So I literally trained all our people in the salon and in Sacramento to make sure that they could do exactly, the processes that I have in place. And it's been pretty much almost perfect system.
Okay, the next question is, how young do you take your clients?
We have tweens, meaning 11, 12, 13, and normally with them we will do like cute little weaves where it's like a middle part, not a lot of hair at all, straight normally. The last client came in and put her daughter in a curly little weave. Mm-hmm. But it is good if you want to save your child for their high school years, especially when they become a senior. It's good to start them now. And also my girls, they're 22 now, they started in weaves when they were in junior high, but it allowed them to learn how to actually take care of their hair without ruining their own hair. And
they look like
they still look like little girls.
For their age.
Yeah. So I know because I did it with my twins.
The next question: will you consider going international?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any?
It's all based on demand. It's all based on demand.
Is there anything they need to do prior to seeing you?
No, we may need to do a quick consultation. And if we have so many people, we may not be able to do FaceTime consultations with everyone, but we may have you to send in pictures of your hair, like maybe your scalp, and the length of your hair, your edges and things like that, maybe the top of your head, just to make sure that we're in a good position to move forward.
Okay, somebody said I have thin, fine hair. Do your program add thickness?
Listen, this is what I tell everyone in regards to that. We cannot give you what God hasn't given you. So if you naturally have thin hair, your mom has thin hair, your dad, your sisters, everyone, meaning you don't have a lot of follicles within a certain area, which is your density level, we cannot create new follicles for you. But what we can do is maximize what you have. Okay, so, and density level just means this. If I have a circle here, basically, and one person can have 1,000 follicles within that area, and when you part, you can barely see scalp. Another person may have 500, another person may have 250. When you part, you see more scalp. The ones where you can see more scalp, you tend to have more issues with coverage. And when people say I need more hair out to cover, if your density level is low, it doesn't matter how much hair you leave out. You're still going to show when it comes to that. And that's based on your DNA. So what we do is we maximize what you have coming out of your scalp. Now, the other issue would be edges. We don't take out edges, okay? But people come to us with edges that are already gone. The first question I always ask is, how long has it been? When you tell me your edges have been like that for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, normally those follicles, they may be closed. And you might have to go beyond what we can do to get some of those follicles back. If it's new, that's why you need to pay attention to your edges every time you get an install or every time you get in braids or whatever the case may be. Because edges come out slowly but surely. So say you have braids in your hair and you lose a little bit around it. And you don't pay it a whole lot of attention because doesn't seem that bad. Some of them grow back, some of them don't. You get braids again, you're moving it to a new area. Hair around that area starts to come out because for different reasons. One could be the hair could be you could have too much hair based on your density level. So it's too heavy. So everything looks good in the beginning where it's sitting on your scalp. But what happens is once it starts to grow out, that weight on that hair starts to pull, and it pulls your follicles all the way around. So that can happen throughout your head, but your edges tend to be more sensitive. And if your hair is already fine, you're going to pull more hair out. So sometimes people don't notice that it's gone until it's a big area. The area is large enough for you to see. And by that time, some of those other areas that you started with, are already kind of laying dormant and they don't want to move anymore. So you have to pay attention to your edges at all times.
Okay, the next question. Okay, somebody said, yes, I would never do a takedown again by myself. I definitely learned my lesson. Yeah, that's key. Because you can definitely take out everything you just grew. Yeah,
but when people do their own takedowns, literally, I am not here to take anyone's money. So you're literally taking yourself back a weave or two when you do that. Mm-hmm. And it defeats the purpose of what we're trying to do. My goal is to get you in, get your hair to your goal length, and allow you to have options. I don't want to keep you in a weave forever. My job is done once we get to where we need to be, unless you continue to come to me for, maintenance and things like that. And of course, once you finish the program and you're where you want to be, what we do after that is I kind of go over things with you. If we say you say, okay, this is going to be my last takedown. Because sometimes people just don't show back up. So we never get this ending conversation, the exit interview, I guess you would call it. So once we finish, we talk about where you're trying to go from here. Are you trying to get your hair pressed are you trying to go into a press? Are you trying to wear your hair natural? Do you want to continue with the weaves? Things like that. So once we get into that part, then I tell you how to recognize when to protect your hair again, or what to do, and all the signs of that says it's time for me to do something with my hair. Mm-hmm. Then you'll stay where you need to be. So the next one, they want to know, do we do relax the leave out or silk press? I don't believe, I'm not a perm person, so I'm always going to tell you no perm. I prefer to do a keratin over a perm any day. Perms do. I'm sorry, a relaxer. So what the relaxers normally do is it makes your hair brittle and dry. And most people who have relaxers don't even know their real curl pattern, because it takes for you to grow out a nice amount of your hair in order for you to even see your pattern. So what people tend to think, and the reason why they get addicted to these perms, is relaxers. Back in the days, I know perm is curly, but we used to just say perms. But anyway, so the relaxer is because when it grows out, it makes your hair appear that it's like it's rough, unless you get enough out to where you can really see your pattern. So when you get that little bit out and it appears to be rough, then you want to go and hurry up and fix it real quick because it's not matching. But if you let it grow out enough, I've seen people with beautiful, beautiful hair that grow out their hair, and they never knew they've been wearing relaxers since they were 9 years old.
And not just that, what I've noticed with clients who do get relaxers or coming to us who have relaxers before, the new growth is so shiny and healthy, and then where the relaxer is, it's like dull. It's like it's like dry looking. You can definitely see the difference between hair that's relaxer versus relaxer.
And the relaxer tends to come off at some point because you have that line of demarcation. So you have the healthy, moisturized hair, you have the dry, straight hair. So at some point in time, it's gonna break from that line of demarcation. So that's what happens when you're trying to grow out of a perm and you continuously comb your hair. You eventually break it off because it's weaker hair holding on to attached to strong hair, strong healthy hair.
Okay. So the next question is
somebody asked about the wig price real quick.
I was going.
Are you going in order? Go ahead.
This one is okay. We need you in New York City. Stop playing.
We're coming to New York.
What is the length of your program? That's what they want to know.
Okay, so the program all depends on what your goals are. I have some people that come in. I'll ask the question all the time. What is your goal length? What are you trying to achieve? Some people will say, I only want hair. Most of my girls, they'll say, I want waist length hair. I get that all the time. So it's when that all.
And that determines, possible, right?
Yeah, it's possible. That's all determined on how long you're going to keep your weave in. So your hair is going to grow about 1/2 inch a month, give or take. So it's about an inch and a half every 3 months. So you're going to get about that much every 3 months, give or take. So everything that we do is on pictures. We don't do anything without taking pictures. All of my clients who have ever come to me know I am a picture fanatic. I will take pictures of all your thinning areas, your sides, your the length of your hair, the way it was before we cut it or anything. And what we do is once we look at it before we cut it, we look at it together and we make a decision together on what needs to be done. And most of the time when the clients see their hair in that picture, they get it. They're like, I know this needs to come off because they see it in the pictures. So after we cut that, what we do is we start a hair diary in the phone. So you start a hair album and pictures are taken every single time. So between the first 3 months, like the first 3 months, then we'll know exactly what your length, your growth, your rate of growth is. So then you can determine how much it's going to grow every 3 months.
You're going to be on it from 12 months to 18 to 24 months and so forth. The next question is, do we come back in between the 3 months for washes? We already answered that. You said
you do not have to.
Take care of it.
90% of my clients do not come back.
And if you don't know how to take care of your hair at all, then you can just go to your regular hairstylist for your washes.
Yes.
I'm coming up for my 3 months and 2 weeks. I love my hair and the staff is awesome.
Who is this? Who is that?
Marcy.
In LA?
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Marcy.
How can we do our own wash and blow dry? We will talk about that when we
wash and dries and what?
Like wash and
with
blow dry.
With a weave?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
that's easy.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the rice water hair treatment?
No, and let's talk about treatments really quick. A lot of people who are YouTubers or people who love to go on YouTube, do it DIY, do it yourselves, they come in with all these concoctions and things like that they use on their hair. And when you come in for the program, we're not going to have you use any of that unless there's something wrong with your scalp. you have what's called sebaceous glands, which secretes a sebum, which nourishes your scalp. And you don't need to clog your pores with all of that. All of the people that we've grown that has graduated from the program per se, we don't use anything unless you have edges or some issues like that, or you have some type of scalp issues.
In between. I'm reading.
Somebody said they're crazy. No, they're sweethearts. What happened?
No. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm reading it. Yeah. So, whatever we do to your hair at the time of your service, you won't have to do anything else after that until we see you again in 3 months. The next one is yay for wigs. So you want to talk about the wigs?
Yeah, the wig price is different. The wigs are the wig program is $195 every 3 months, and then when you come back, it's the $65.
Okay. The next question is, how long have you been using those growing hands to use? I find your work fantastic.
Thank you. It's been a long time.
That's what she said. Who washed during the 3 months? We already answered that. This makes sense. Good afternoon, ladies. Thank you for doing an informative video. The questions I have is for pricing for children. Did we talk about that?
Pricing is the same regardless of whether you're a child. Actually, people always ask about pricing for the kids. The kids should be more expensive because their hair is so virgin, and most of the time kids can't sit in a chair. It's just a whole different ball.
Sometimes they have more hair than us.
Yeah, more hair, definitely. So the pricing is the same across the board.
Okay. The other one was, round takedown can thin out the hair. Yes, it can definitely thin out your hair.
Yes, that along with other things, including braiding. So we braid according to your density level and things like that too. So there's other parts to that too. It's not just the takedown, but yes, most definitely.
But I know you keep saying that it's not just a takedown. The takedown, and me and my sister, we work out of 2 different locations, but we do follow the same rules. But the reason why I say takedowns they can't see me, are part of it is because I've seen this so many times. My clients come in and they wanted to save the money and they did their own takedown.
Well, the takedowns are part of the program.
It was just terrible. But that's what she was saying.
Yeah, no, takedowns are part of the. If you're not if you don't get takedowns with us, then there's no. We can't support you with the program.
Okay, so how will the leave out work with the working out?
It depends. Some people go curly when they don't want to have to do that. A lot of my clients are fine with their leave out. They just tie it down until their body temperature is back to normal. When their body temperature is back to normal, then they take the scarf off and they're normally okay. I do keratin sometimes on the edges just to help. But the one that I've been using for years and years and years.
It's not a new one.
Yeah, it's not a new one. I know people have had some experiences with keratins, but I don't. I use the same one, the one that I know. And it doesn't take away the integrity of your hair. The only problem with that is what it does is it tames your hair a little bit faster, but it keeps the integrity of your hair. So if you decide to, the only problem is if you want to ever wear your hair natural, it's not going to be the same texture in that area. But we leave out the least amount of hair possible, literally the smallest amount, just to cover your chest.
So this other person said, when do you plan on starting your tour?
We're trying to find locations. We're going to put up a site just to get signups, just to get like a soft registration type of thing. And we're looking at June, July.
Yeah, and Texas is already. I'm getting a lot of requests for Texas.
Houston and Texas. Houston, it was out of Houston and Dallas. But Houston and New York, they're definitely on the list, you guys.
And we have a lot of people signing up. So if you are interested, you want to go ahead and, DM us and get started. $400, does it include the hair or do the client buy the hair?
The clients buy the hair. We sell hair that we can guarantee for the most part, or you can bring in your own hair. So, no, it's not mandatory that you buy our hair.
Somebody said the hair that you sell, can you reuse it?
Yeah, so we have different hairs, right? We have different bundles. We have what's called lightweight, And lightweight we brought out just to try to compete with all the people that are selling these little bundle deals where the hair is less expensive. So the quality is not like our premium, and we also have temple hair. So the temple hair and the temple hair and the premium hair we definitely guarantee.
And they last
the lightweight hair is good too, but it's more comparable to hair that you would see in other. It's a better version of the cheaper hair that you would buy, and we just had to put that on the market because we get so many people from Alibaba and all types of places bringing in hair. So that was made to complete.
Can you recommend a good shampoo or a conditioner?
Yeah, what's on the market that you can use, it shouldn't have sulfates, it shouldn't have parabens. Pureology is a good one. I love Pureology. It's expensive, but you know, you get what you pay for.
Somebody said, what about boys?
Depending on what you want to do. I've done some boys hair, so it just depends on what you're trying to do.
Somebody said, can we come in for a consultation, or do our previous weave need to be taken out?
I like to go through the scalp, feel the ends of the hair, and really do an assessment on the hair. If you have a weave-in, it's kind of hard for me to figure that out. Sometimes I can look around the edges and the top and get an idea, but you never know. People have areas within their head that you just never see because it's in the weave. So I prefer for it to be out.
Okay. Courtney, Regina asks, when doing the protective styles, again, can we bring our own hair?
Yes, you can. This is the deal. If you're going to put in a weave that's going to cost you $400 or $375 and you need to leave it in for 3 months, you need to buy some quality hair, some hair that's going to last you, and the hair should last you at least a year. So you don't want to just come in with any type of hair, and then what happens is, I guess people don't understand how quality hair works sometimes, because what they do is you go and buy this cheap hair, but then on the next install you're buying cheap hair again, and on the next install you're buying cheap hair again. And there's two things. One, it doesn't look as good, it doesn't blend as well. It may mess up on you throughout that period. It might
crawl up your neck.
Yeah, there's different things that will happen with that hair when you can just buy it one time and let it last for a whole year. Mm-hmm. It's an investment. But I know sometimes people feel like they're coming out, a little bit cheaper in the beginning, but in the long run, you'll save money by just making an investment.
And people want to know your personal Instagram and also mine. So can you go ahead and...
My Instagram is @hair by Tanya, Tonya. Mm-hmm. And then Shari is...
I am Shari Wilson.
Oh, I am Shari Wilson, SHARIE WILSON.
Say it one more time, yours.
Mine's is @Tanya, TONYA. No, I'm sorry, @hair by Tanya, TONYA.
And mine's is I am Shari Wilson.
Our people are not dumb.
Well, they asked. Okay, so this is another one. I am 44 years old, and I started my transition process about a year ago. I have 2 more inches of relaxed ends. Would I be a good candidate for this program? Yes.
Sure.
Absolutely. Sure. I've been wearing wigs and removing them nightly. If the tour doesn't come to my city, will I still be able to sign up for the city closest? Absolutely.
Yeah, you can come from... What we're trying to do is get in areas to where people can travel a little bit easier. It'll be easier than coming to Los Angeles. So, if you want your city on the map, like I said, you get enough people to basically sign up. I mean, let us know. That's why we've been putting out these fillers for, where you just kind of put your city out. And the people that have kind of taken over, it's really been like Dallas, New York, and Houston. Yeah. They let us know exactly what they want.
So another one said, can we use our own bundles? And I'm trying to brush through this, you guys, because I got to get on the airplane to get back to Sacramento. So we got to end this very soon. Can we use our own bundles? Yes, we already said that. What happened if you decide to leave the program early? What happened? Nothing. You would just stop there.
You'll stop right there at that growth.
But if you want,
if you wanted to continue to grow, I mean, we can let you know the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
But I'm not an advocate, and I'm gonna. Do you want me to show? I'm going to show you my hair only because this is
because
2 years.
it's
This
long
is 24
and healthy.
months. This is 24 months, and what I've been doing is I had colored my hair brown, and I didn't like the feel of it, even though it was still growing and it was still healthy. I didn't like that feel, so I decided to every time I took my weave out, I cut it probably about 2 inches. So this is where I am now after 24 months of growing a full head of hair out. So you can kind of see.
Can you guys see that? Yeah,
I don't know.
See it. And it's no breakage at all. I hate to. Yep. She might got some gray in
I
there.
know when we're on these healthy hair sites, sometimes they like to tear us apart when it comes to hair growth. They're definitely non-believers, so
and not
sometimes we have to go a little bit further to show.
Yeah, and also, if you decide to leave the program early, then what we'll do is we'll talk to you about how to keep your hair at the length that it is when you decide to leave. So it's not like your hair is going to fall out or something going to happen bad. It's just that at that point, we'll try to educate you and talk to you about.
At that point, you'll just be doing it without us. That's all.
Absolutely.
So it's like you'll be taking more of a risk. Yeah. It's not like your hair is going to fall off as soon as we stop. No, it's just that you're taking it on yourself at that point.
Okay. Somebody said I have 16-inch roots from the tip, but will love.
What is it?
Tailbone length.
Oh, hey, come in. Hey, we get people to all types of lengths, and people decide where they want to stop. So, but mostly people come in and they normally stop at around bra, lower bra. Those who like long hair.
Okay. This one said, is the price different if you wear wigs versus weaves?
Yeah. Yes, it's $195 for the wig program, and it's $375 or $400 for the weave program. And if you want like the illusional part, it's an extra $50, so it's $450. We don't get a lot of illusional part people anymore. Most people come in with closures. But in addition to that amount, there's a $65 charge when we're taking it in. Okay. So that's what you need to add on.
Somebody said, I don't want to finish the program ever. You stuck with me. Somebody said, Shari, get in there.
Who is that?
I don't know.
I might know.
Key.
Oh my God.
I never go anywhere else. Please go over the price again. I'm just now signing in. So you want to run through that real fast? No, exit the interview for me. The ponytail is bomb.
Who is that? You are crazy.
But I think I'm semi-lazy, natural. Can your hair grow longer than one it already has? Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. I personally get a kick out of exceeding the length that you've ever had in life. I get a kick out of that. So I always ask, what's the longest if anybody on here has ever been to me for a consultation, I'm always going to ask you, what's the longest your hair has ever been? And if I'm looking at your hair, I'm like, oh my God, like what has been happening? I get a kick out of growing your hair down your back if your hair has only been here forever. That makes me feel good. And if anyone knows me, when I take on your hair is my hair. So when people do things, they are literally scared to say things when they come into the salon. If they've cut something or they didn't do something right or they took their own hair down, it's almost like oh gosh, don't let Tanya know. I'm always going to notice because I take it very personal. So,
somebody said, is it possible and how? How? It said, mine's never grow past the name of my... the name of my name since high school, and now that I'm older, it takes so long. So I mean, that's the same thing with us. Tanya hair wasn't always this long.
You know what? I'm gonna end up posting a picture from my high school and junior high compared to now. Even though I was doing hair for friends and things like that when I was in school and through college. I didn't get the hang of what it really took to have healthy hair until I got a little bit older and really got into the hair thing. So my hair has never been this long, ladies. Never, ever. So I know sometimes, and I told Shari, they probably look at us like, oh, your hair's always been long or blah, 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 blah. Never. So
and my hair, for real, Tanya, tell them about my hair.
I can show
My
you
hair
pictures.
never.
So it's not that we've always had this hair, and if anybody's on here that I've ever been to school with, they'll know.
How often do you wear wigs?
I love my weave, so.
But how often?
You know what? Sometimes I'll keep it out for 3-4 months, and then I'll go back in. It just depends. But for me, a weave allows for me to be able to look good all the time. You know what I mean? You can walk out of the house at any point and still be. Yeah, it's very personal. I love you. Okay. It allows you to kind of look good all the time and not have to be in your hair and manipulate it all the time. And then when you take it out, you can kind of play with it or whatever. A weave allows me to put color in. A weave allows me to wear certain hairstyles if I want to cut it. It just allows me to give my hair a break. So I will probably always be in a weave for the most part.
And Tanya may take 4 weeks off, but I never take 4 weeks. I'm like maybe a week. She always said I always doing something to my hair. So I always keep a weave in. And she has edges. Show your edges.
Actually, yeah. And
at
this point, when we are, oh gosh, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, at this point, we're in the healthy hair program because we know what we're doing, but we're not monitoring our hair length. So like when I go in and I'm trying to cut brown off, I don't care how much I cut because I know I'm going to get it right back. So if I had never cut my hair, it'll probably be even longer than this, but I don't care so much. But I know that and what happens is I'll get clients that people come in where they come in, they've been with me for 2 years, hair's down their back, they leave me, and lo and behold, I'll see them a year later, year and a half later, maybe 2 years later, and we're starting all over again. But let me tell you, when we start all over again, these are the same clients that don't really trip on taking pictures or anything because they already know. So it's the clients that are coming in new. They're, when they come in for their takedown, they can't wait to take that picture, and they're texting everybody and sending them all the pictures. So
okay, when in our protective style, is it any special diet or vitamins that we need to take?
We talked about that earlier. If your hair and your scalp is healthy, I personally don't have you do anything. But Shari is a big advocate for the medical part of it. My thing is, if your hair is brittle or I'm feeling like there's some issues that looks like it may not be normal, I'm always going to ask you questions like, how's your iron level? How's your vitamin D? Those 2 things are important. A lot of things start with your hair. I've even seen some people, or at least 2 people, that have learned to have thyroid cancer after hair is coming out in the bowl. And because it starts with the hair, and they didn't even have a weave. This is just a natural hair client. But we tell them, go get checked out. Go get checked out.
I had a client who I kept noticing her hair was thinning, and it's just something wasn't right. And I told her to go get her iron checked. And the next Saturday, then she went Friday. Saturday, her doctor called her in to the emergency room to have a blood transfusion because her iron was that low. So it plays a part.
That happened with my client that had cancer too. So yeah, just always make sure your iron, your vitamin D. Another thing that can affect hair loss can be any type of medication that you may be on, high blood pressure medication, things like that. So always check the medication that you're taking and see what the side effects are. And the side effects don't always necessarily affect everyone, but there's a percentage where it does. Even if you've had surgery or something like that, people have lost hair just from the anesthesia. Some people don't, some people do.
And it may not come up right there. Maybe 3 months down the line, you're like, oh yeah, I was in the hospital, I had it. So when we do your consultation, we'll talk more in detail about that.
But there's one more thing to look out for when it comes to hair loss. If you ladies out there that have just had a baby and your baby's about 4 months old, watch those edges. They tend to come out where you have like an extended forehead sometimes, but they immediately start growing back in. I literally had a client who was in a weave that I didn't know that she had a new baby, but when she had the weave in during the month that her child was 4 months, and when she came back, because she had a little bit of hair out, this had literally lifted up because the hair that came out it kind of went into this area too. and then it just started growing right back.
Yeah, it's like growing
So
back
just
after 12 months.
those of you that think your hair may be falling out and you have a 4-month-old, just kind of reevaluate that. Sometimes the effects of a baby can last longer, and I do have some clients where it changes the whole structure of your hair type, and it almost looks like you have baby hair all throughout certain areas of your head. So
Can we use our own bundles for the program? Yes.
Yes.
What if I want color in my hair?
your hair or on
The weave hair, I think that's what she's saying.
Oh, weave hair color is perfect. That's where you do it. You don't want to do color on your hair. I don't think so. Unless you just don't care.
Do you ever come to SF? That's San Francisco. I have a lot
Sacramento.
a lot of my clients live in San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland, Santa Clara. They all live out there and they can travel to me. So if you're in San Francisco, it's only an hour and a half drive to Sacramento. And the number to Sacramento is 916-686-5030. And my IG is I am Shari Wilson. Somebody just asked about rice water hair treatments. We already talked about that. If I changed my mind, I want your length.
That's Kiana.
Hi,
Hi, Kiana.
Okay. Do you recommend any partial hair line? Particular
yeah.
hairline.
No, not really. Actually, we're going to be working on something, and we started on something prior to, but we're going to be working on some lines for extensions.
Do we wash in between 3 months? We already answered that.
Yeah, you're going to wash your hair normally. You don't go the 3 months without washing your
I
hair.
tell my clients once a month, every 4 weeks. I say the more you wash it, the looser everything gets, and you don't have to wash it that much. And we also show you how to do, like, we call it ghetto wash. I know, that's my. I'm sorry. That's my big sister.
I'm not.
Yes, she is. What else? Okay, they crazy. Okay, yes, we are. She's more crazy now. They are sweethearts. Okay, thank you. Does $400 include hair?
No.
No. My hair is gone. Oh, this is Nicole. Hi, Nicole. My hair has gone from 15 inches to 23 inches in 18 months. Aw. I like testimonies. I'm going to miss the wig pricing.
Somebody just answered her right below.
Can you give her the wig pricing?
$195 for the wig.
Okay, so it's $195 for the wigs.
Just remember, you add an additional amount for takedowns.
Okay, she said $195. Thank you, Tracy. Sorry, ladies, I missed the price. Please go over the price again. I'm just logging in. We're going to save this whole video. It'll be up for 24 hours, so you could go back and watch the whole thing again, okay? Does $400 include hair? We answer that. No, it do not.
All right. What's the pricing for the program with regular? Regular meaning no weaves? Oh, regular weaves, not wigs. So $375 with hair out, $400 all in. Wig program $195. All forms of protective style is $65 when you come back in for the takedown, added on to that amount.
Okay, somebody said what's not included in the $375?
Hair.
Okay. Thank you, Tracy, for helping us out with a lot of these questions. Okay, weaves $375. Yep. Thank you. Made wonderful. Hair was not included. I think we answered all the questions. It's not. No, it's not the takedown. 65.
So just remember.
Somebody asked, is the Lustful hair brand good? We
I don't know. We sell our own hair, so
we know Dream Girls Fine Hair Imports is the bomb. No oils, vitamins. Can you get your hair done with the same? Yes, sometimes you can. It all depends.
Sometimes, but not really.
You know, if you plan on.
Sometimes we're so packed,
Yeah.
and I apologize to my clients because the ones who know, sometimes you guys are in there. But I guess they're okay because it's once every 3 months. We have so many
You guys have
clients.
a snack table. We don't. I need to get one.
You should get
I
one.
need to get a snack table.
We're the better salon, Los Angeles. So sometimes it can be a long process. So for those of you that are very impatient, I don't know if this is the program for you sometimes, because things come up in the salon. And thank God it's a once every 3 month type of deal, where you don't have to do that all the time. But if I were to cut back, literally it would take you guys months to get on the books. So most of the clients are okay. Sometimes you're in there for a short amount of time, sometimes it's a little bit longer sometimes. So you just have to bear with us in the salon, because so many things come up, and the early morning can change the afternoon, which can change the evening.
So with that being said, just give us a call and we'll do
Kiana
our best to
said
get you
snacks and
in.
more.
Somebody said, what about if you like to go between curly and straight? Would you need to get 2 different types of hair?
No, you can do curly and then go straight. I would prefer to go that route, because just weave hair, if it's real hair, is the same as natural hair. If you continuously flat iron and flat iron and flat iron, you're going to alter the pattern, the original pattern. So as you continuously flat iron, you're going to alter the original pattern. So that's the same with weave hair, the same as your hair, both. So if you want to just stay curly, just do a set for curly hair, do a set for straighter hair. Or just kind of go in between. So sometimes I'll wear my hair natural, like a loose wave, and I'll wear it that way. But what I'll do is I may flat iron it the first time, then I'll wear it wavy the rest of the time. And then in one time in between there, I may just flat iron it one more time. But that preserves my pattern, because I'm not excessively putting a bunch of heat in it.
Okay, so the next one is, how long will it take to get a consultation in Culver City location, which is your location? Because I have a weave now. It's about 2 weeks old, but I want to start your program. Can I call now?
Okay, so this is a big thing right now. Yeah, consultations are easy to get. But so just remember, when you come in for a consultation, I am working consultations in between my regular appointments. So sometimes there may be a small wait, or I need to get past a client who's been sitting there forever that I need to get out. So, but I can always take consultations. Sometimes people really get long with the consultations, and when I have clients waiting, it kind of gets a little like, it backs up the whole system that we have.
So we try to have our receptionist do most of it, and then when you come back to us, we just take a look at your hair.
Yeah. What was the rest of her question?
That's what she said. She want to start the program now, today.
Oh, okay. And hours. Okay, so the salon in Los Angeles, our phone hours are 12:30. Okay, Tuesday through Friday, 12:30 to 6 p.m. If you call between those hours, you should get an answer. If you do not get an answer because she stepped away to go to 7-Eleven or to her lunch or anything like that, be sure to leave a message. You should get a return phone call. And then on Saturdays, the phone hours are 10 to 3. But when you see those hours, that doesn't mean that we're not there in the salon. We're just not, we don't answer the phones when we're doing hair. So the salon can be open from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m., but those are just the phone hours. So take that into consideration when you make your calls. Mm-hmm. We're not open on Mondays, of course.
Sacramento location hours is what?
I don't know your
9 to 6? Yes, Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 6, phone hours. And then Saturday, 8 to 1 p.m. Just phone hours. But we're in there.
So if you have questions and you can't get a hold of the Los Angeles location, and it's just simple questions, you can always call her salon when during the hours that we're not open, just to get answers.
And my receptionist's name is Pearl.
Pearl, and then we have Brandy in Culver City. Culver City number is 310-313-2000. Sacramento number 916-686-5030. And
Tanya IG, they want to know that again?
My Instagram is at Hair by Tanya, Tonya. And you'll find it on the page too. I'm sure our PR person tags us all the time.
Yeah, and Sydney is doing it too. Mine is at Shari Wilson. No, I am Shari Wilson. Please come to Chicago.
Chicago has been popping up a lot. Maybe.
Okay. I was going to ask for a ponytail flip. When is the best time to come in?
A ponytail
Made
flip.
Appointments. Okay, you talked about that already. I think that she is featured in Pin Answer. What is that? I think. Oh, okay. To Pin Answer the Question. Okay.
What are some high quality hair brands?
Dream Girls
Hair Imports.
Yeah. dghair.com. Yeah.
Actually, you can get to us on our pages too. You can purchase hair. Any other? Is that it?
I think. Hold on, I'm trying to finish it. That's what I'm trying to get to. Beautiful is a way to receive service without actually being physically. I wish.
What'd you say?
Is it a way to get service without being here?
Without being there?
No.
No.
Work it, Tanya. Do Ashley face.
What is her face?
I don't know. Beautiful and healthy. Thank you, ladies, for sharing. Damn, Tanya, you got me. I'm jealous, but can't wait to get on the team.
Come through, you guys. We want you. We want you. We get excited about this. This is not just a money thing for us, because Shari and I don't know, those who know us know that we are in, we're business people. We're entrepreneurs. We're part owner in a cosmetology school in Sacramento. I own schools, like preschools out here. She owned like clothing stores. So we're not just, this is really a passion of ours. So we're not like money hungry type of women, but we do love helping people with their hair. So when people start talking about cost and all this type of stuff and all that good stuff, we don't want to do your takedowns. Believe me, we don't, because it's like opening Pandora's box, and but we have to. Okay, there's just certain things that have to be done, and we put a lot of time into your weaves too. Track placement and all that stuff means a lot to us. We want to make sure your weaves are going to last for 3 months.
They look natural.
We want to make sure they look natural. So our weaves aren't going to be like I'm coming in for an hour and I'm be done in an hour to get your weave done. That's just not how it works. I'm very OCD, so if something's not right, I will probably take it down and do parts of it again. So we feel like our work is quality. There's a lot of TLC that's put into doing your hair to make sure, and we care about your hair growth and the healthiness of your hair, and that's the only reason why the Healthy Hair program started. I was tired of having that whole stigma put on weaves to where people are like, ooh, you wear a weave, they're bald-headed, or they don't have hair. Ooh, weaves take my hair out. No. And even people that are big in the industry still don't understand that. I've had people tell people who do like natural hair that'll tell people don't do this. Mm-hmm. But thank God that some of these people that have gone to them after the fact for natural hair know, they're like, no, my hair started here and now my hair is here. Mm-hmm. So you can't tell me that. But they don't know either, because a lot of people don't know how to do weaves and keep healthy hair in mind. We have perfected it. So that's why we're here. That's why we put it out there for everyone. And we want everyone to know that you can wear weaves. You don't have to be ashamed to wear a weave. You can take that weave out. You can flaunt your hair whenever you feel like it. And you can put that sucker back in and tell everybody, I got a weave, but I know I have hair.
I always say all weaves are not created equal. So
they're not.
Do you charge more to be seen by us?
No. That's what I'm saying. We don't charge anymore. Everybody in the salon, we all do the same. I mean, like as far as pricing and everything is the same. So no, I don't do that.
Okay, since I've been coming to you, I probably will never do my hair again. Yes, personal love the process. Love my hair. Hey, Tanya.
Hey.
I don't know.
Okay. Stop telling my story. Who is that says stop telling my story?
I still get excited about my takedowns. Eczema, dry scalp.
Some of you guys, if you know me, say your name on the post, because sometimes I don't know who the
So this person,
I don't know the names of your IG, so I can't put the name with it.
Mm-hmm. This person have eczema and extremely dry scalp. How can you assist with the hair growth without having a takeout due to constant itching?
How can you say that again? Regarding someone with extreme dry scalp, how can you assist in hair growth without having to take it? I'd have to see your hair personally to see what's going on with your scalp. We have a lot of people that do have scalp issues, and they go through the process of every 3 months.
Okay, this person said my nape of my hair is always breaking.
I get that a lot. Sometimes we do special braiding techniques sometimes for people who have, well, we do. I get involved in that point. My assistant has been with me for 4 years, Ashley. Everyone probably knows Ashley. And I strategically figure out what we need to do for your hair in particular. So if your hair is breaking constantly on the back, we do